who is up next? Claire McCaskill. Claire McCaskill is the senator, a Democratic senator for Missouri. I wrote something down for this, I swear I did. Okay. And according to an interview with CNN, she's afraid of being primaried in 2018. And she should be. She's one of those, Democrat in a mostly red state, Democrat in name only. Like, oh well, I'm sorry, but I have to play ball with the conservatives, or I'll get voted out of office in favor of a Republican. No, not really. See, this is the thing I have with these people. This is a new one on the list, because so far I've gotten Joe Manchin, big time. Oh, God, don't get me started. And Heidi Heitkamp from North Dakota. And this one's on the list too. You know what? If she's worried about being primaried because because of what she's doing, if she's scared of primaries from the progressive side of the party, she should be. Because the main issue with this one, with her, is that she's actually been about 50-50, like, voting in favor of Trump's cabinet positions. And that's one of those things where it's like, the rest of them, the other ones in this position, the other Democrats in this position, or taking this position, they all have the same story when asked, or when they catch flack for it. Like, oh well, I'm going on a case by case basis. I'm judging each nominee on its merit. They're all bad. I mean, I don't understand this. It's like, and neither do the progressives. That's why they're so friggin' pissed. Is that, Steve Mnuchin, whatever, former Goldman Sachs banker, does not belong in our government. Rex Tillerson, the former CEO of Exxon, does not belong as the Secretary of State. Betsy DeVos, the right-wing evangelical Christian billionaire heiress, does not belong, who is against public schools, does not belong in charge of the Department of Education. There are no ifs, ands, or buts about these picks. Scott Pruitt, who has been the most anti-EPA politician in the country, almost, to the point of even having has sued the EPA and has friggin' oil companies writing his complaints to the EPA for him. He doesn't belong running the EPA. Judging each case on its merits, eat me, okay? Judging each case on their merits would mean you'd be voting against all of them. And this isn't even a matter of just obstruct Trump. You know what? I'm not really in favor of that. If he would provide someone who is in any way qualified for the fucking job, vote for him. But they're not qualified. Rick Perry, who is now, or is in charge of Department of Energy, did not know that the Department of Energy was in charge of our nuclear arsenal. He didn't know that. Oh my God. And, oh well, I'm judging each case on their merits. Fuck you. See, that's the thing. We have these people these Democrat in name only, right, sort of center right or right wing, basically, Democrats. And that's been my thing. That's been my hang up with Manchin and Heitkamp, and same with this one, is okay, right now, and they always will say that, oh well, we can't really do anything anyway. It's, we might as well vote for the decent ones because we don't have the votes to block them. See, that's the problem. If they won't even vote with their party and with their and vote the way their constituents want them to when it is meaningless? What about when it actually matters? When their vote would actually pass progressive legislation? You know, they can't be counted on. They might as well be fucking Republicans, because you can't count on them to vote with the party. And to say like oh well, you have to be bipartisan and all, you know, when bipartisan, like, when was the last time the friggin' GOP had any interest in being bipartisan? You know, they kick and scream and piss and moan until they get their way, and the Democrats go along with it. That's not bipartisan, okay? That's caving in. And it needs to stop. Alright? Like, what is the point? Like, people don't want this shit. They don't want this weak, like, center-right, Republican-light bullshit. Because sooner or later, like, I forget who said it. I've been hearing a lot on Jimmy Dore, but it said basically, sooner or later, people aren't gonna, you know, when presented with Republican or Republican light, they're just gonna vote for the Republican. So, in closing, one more time, just in case it hasn't sunk in yet. If Claire McCaskill is scared of being primaried by, as she's calling the left-wing version of the Tea Party, she should be. If you keep on track like that, if you keep voting against, doing things that work against your voters, you will be voted out. You will be primaried. And you will lose your seat. Alright. Next.